Okay, I'm here. I'm doing this reaction to Nation's album, Nation 2. A lot of you were asking for this. And, you know, I was, like, eventually maybe going to get to this just based off of how many likes that comment got. You know, it was, like, iffy if I was going to put it on that one poll. But there was, like, enough good options in that one queue, or, like, in the comment section for that. So I was like, maybe the next one. But y'all, like, voted really close for that poll. Initially, I was like, it's, like, the same. If not, there could be that one more vote. And then that vote came after I already made a poll between Kesha, and Kesha won. But, you know, that Kesha reaction, yeah, I didn't really like the Kesha album, and I'm not sure if I'll like the Nation album. I remember kind of messing with Nation's music. I actually, believe it or not, I've listened to a handful of Nation's songs. From, like, the 1 out of, like, 2 times, I believe, I did a live stream. I kind of, like, decided not to. I did a long time ago. Years ago, I did a live stream. But I only got, like, 2 people, maybe, like, 3 max, and I was like, okay. You know, I'm not at that point on YouTube to really be able to do live streams. But y'all sent me to Nation. I was watching a good bit of music videos. I thought it was pretty cool. And now we have an album here. We have 4 music videos with this too. And y'all are really hyping up too that there's 2 Echo 2K features. And yeah, I'm certainly, you know, accepting of that. So yeah, let's see what the vibes are.
Hey, don't mind me. Endless things should come for free. Or takes time, create the team. Someone will hear you scream. Next up, under pressure test. Things will happen when you least expect. Now you come correct. Now you come correct. Don't mind me. Endless things should come for free. Takes time, create the team. Someone will hear you scream. Next up, under pressure test. Things will happen when you least expect. Now you come correct. Now you come correct.
I get it now. You know, it makes a lot of sense why y'all were asking me to react to this. It's completely up my alley. That's really fucking fun. Like, electronic music there. Lots of stuff going on. Hard to really grasp. But every sound that's kind of coming my way, I'm like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, I can sit in that vibe, man. I certainly can.
Take a chance, are you running from the best possible? Nation boy, right here, off the on the road. Keep it hot, presidential. We keep the candle on metal. Keep it light, nights we fed. Even in rain and weather. Sometimes I'll come class, go okay. Take a chance, and work hard. Dirty,
It's like instantaneous right now. That song's fucking amazing. Okay, there's so many little pieces working for me in the sound of it all, and it honestly, for the most part, like the vast majority of times, music like this, like my ADHD. I don't think I have ADHD. I've never been diagnosed with it. But when I'm being blown away with like multiple different things, it really keeps my attention. I'm like, oh, it's a lot of fun. In the electronic music scene, I think. Specifically, like those cutesy little fucking sounds I'm being given are, I'm all for it.
We're walking, there's nothing under the lights. Imperfection, nothing. And watching this light. The moment is missing.
Okay, this song is not like as instantaneous as the last songs. I'd say this one's a little bit like just more low key. Still a good bit of sounds going on here. It's got its EDM sound, and it's kind of mixing it. I would say there's kind of like this post punk sort of vibe going on here as well. And it's kind of cool. You know, I think that does blend well. Okay, this is... Now, I understand, like, I don't know if this was a single, got a music video, so the likelihood, maybe, but... first two songs, very intense stuff. Third song, okay, very strange. Fourth song here, this is very, like, accessible, kind of catchy-ass, like, electronic song. Like, fucking bang, man. Oh my god, this one, I can already get in my car, I'm going somewhere, boom, put this on, bro, I'm fucking vibing. Okay, this one's got some pretty good aggression, like aggressive moments vocally, and once again, the EDM vibes to this are things I'm certainly picking up. I was really visualizing in my head too, like someone, you know, DJing and, you know, they're just fucking sweating like they're about to pass out, like drop dead, man. They're just fucking doing it on their life. Like that's sort of the energy that I feel from this stuff, right? It's very, you know what I mean? Like I feel the motivation. It's good workout music, I guess.
No use in trying to rewind it. You froze yourself in your intellect. Your body walks around your head. No use in trying to rewind it. No use in trying to rewind it.
Another song that I would deem probably accessible. I would put this one maybe. I don't know if this is my least favorite song, but I do think the song is kind of interesting. It seems like it feels like a drained The Help song. That's kind of what it feels like. Which, you know, I'm certainly down for that.
Of my hands, you can move. bounce back with a fly. Got the horse's eye. Forgetting how you speak, I look through videos on my phone. All I hear is a drum. Where did time go, go, go?
Yeah, I really like this one actually. It wasn't that it was like becoming like an earworm for me, but just very nice atmosphere. It has its moments where that beat is really kicking in, but I think how these vocals are kind of placed in this song, like really working for me. You know, he's very like, it's a very soft, you know, amidst. To hear it just, it doesn't even, I wouldn't say it's chaos, I'd say it's just more like this push of bliss. Man, I really like this one. Yeah, that one's like really intense. And that's like always the sound, you know, it's just, that's what catches me right there. Like this is one that I could really get lost in. And I definitely will be returning to that one.
Two things and twice as fast. Sleep, sleep, twist like
definitely the second favorite track on here. I still think maybe Take Your Piece takes the cake. Yeah, 5-minute track, right? And use that length wisely to kind of take you on a journey. Some hype moments, some ethereal ambient moments. I'm for all of it. Oh my god, the frame rate. Don't do this. Don't frame rate me. Song there. I think it really is working on that little synth there. That really nice. Some light little synths in there too. Some of the other sounds in this album, I will say, you know, you get that really modern electro pop sound, but it seems like there's nostalgia to like the 80s, maybe early 90s. Like Depeche Mode, it like keeps coming to mind for me, I'd say. I don't know, man. I don't really care too much about this song. Like, it's just sort of like a chill. Like, it goes to this hardcore sort of moment, and then this ambient. Not much to really grasp onto, really. It doesn't seem like it's supposed to be anything like that, but, you know, decent length to that whole album, 4 minutes. You know, it's not really anything standing out with that for me. Okay, I'm pretty sure I just listened to this last song out of order. You're the Reason, whatever, is not supposed to be the last song. Weeop is. That is supposed to be the last song. Weeop is, and playlist here has gotten it completely wrong. Almost got close to getting it right, it seems. But it did not. Okay. This being the end out song, I don't know. I'm going to really have to come back to that. I don't dislike this song. I just... It's not fully impacting me, really. I initially thinking it was after Cry 8, it kind of made sense. I felt like leading into an ambient sound, but let's go to Weeop. Next time I listen to this album, I'll be in order. It being in order kind of means something to me personally with how I review things. Nine Inch Nails would be proud of that song. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. That's the album for you. Barring those two last songs being out of order. I do like this. I definitely like this album. I'm glad that this was given to me to react to, especially there's a lot of react-worthy songs on here, especially in this first half, or actually I shouldn't say just first half. Oh my god, WTA is a really fun song. Yeah, I would say the one thing I like about this album too is it keeps pretty consistent with its electronic sound, but I think that there's pretty good variety. Not every song is meant to be as anthemic, but every song is meant to sort of tickle the senses. And I can appreciate that. Cool. What am I thinking about this score-wise? Like, right now, I think it's a high 7.5. Kind of leaning on that 8. Like, I'm thinking an 8.5 is possible with a re-listen that I'd want to give it that. And I'm thinking that too because I'm thinking that this could probably be re-listenable. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm definitely going to be picking tracks out of this, for sure, but the experience of the album, I think, we could come and be re-listenable, right? Just as sound alone, I mean, I think it's demanding of my attention. And we'll say. So, I'll be back to it, okay? I'll let you know what I think about this after a few more listens. Okay, morning time. And I have listened to Nation 2 by Nation a good few times. And it was a 7.5. I'm going to drop it down to a 7. Yeah, it's a good album. I like this. Okay, there's lots of high-hitting moments. Some decent ethereal moments, nothing too crazy there, but for the most part, it's just pretty engaging on a soundscape level, I'd say. Yeah, nothing too crazy to say. I just think that this is a relatively solid project. They've been around for maybe a small little bit of time, and I don't really know where this album was like placed in their career. You know what I mean? I don't really know what the audience is. They're still quite underground. But I don't know. I think they have a unique sound though. You know, I don't think that they really need to change that up or even aesthetics. I think that what they're making here is definitely worthwhile. So yeah, I'm glad y'all sent this my way. Pretty good. If there's anything else you want to see me react to, anything at all, you can put a comment down below. And thank you for watching. Peace.